single safety, you know, and I've in my past I've always had a strong inclination to take safeties and move them to backer, just because you get the athleticism that you're looking for, the ability to play in space, the way the game is played now, and the guys that have the frame and ability to do that. You know, sometimes you don't know until you get them on campus how they're going to respond and stuff. So we just felt like that would allow him to be able to, you know, have a chance to help us. You know, we've had some injuries at that position. We've had some guys that we just need to step up. So to me, I feel like that he's actually transitioned really, really well. More natural there than I would have thought. Sometimes you don't know how they're going to be in the box, how physical they're going to be with taking on blockers. Uses his hands extremely well. Obviously now he's become a very athletic linebacker, but with a big frame. You know, so to me, I feel like he's got a great future there. I'm excited we made the move. He is as well. I think he sees it's a great opportunity for him to be able to get on the field sooner, and I feel like he's going to be able to, you know, as the season progresses, really, you know, help us in that area.
Tom, when you have like two safeties plus the hybrid guy on the field, the two linebackers, how is their job different than it would be if it was a normal, you know, 4-3?
Yeah, you know, I would say that part is not different. You know, basically the biggest change is having that body type, you know, in your look, the safety body type, yeah, at the line position. But as far as the Mike and the Will, there's a lot of carryovers, and so we can actually do a lot of things where we'll sub out a Sam for that line position and use a lot of the same concepts. So it really doesn't change for the two guys that are either in the box. One thing I think it does do, though, it kind of allows them to stay in the box, you know, and be able to have less moving parts, if that makes sense, in regards to what the offense may do to you. So I feel like that, in the way I coach the backers it's guys, you have certain things that you do to play in the box and you play out of the box. There's still going to be times when, especially the Will, he'll be out of the box as well. So, but the Mike is pretty much a guy's going to stay in that area. So not near as many differences as you might think. And we try to keep a lot of carryover so we can do multiple things with you know, both packages and feel really good about it.
How does having Abdul and his style on the other end impact Dani?
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. Anytime you have guys with various skill sets, you know, complement each other, guys that they have to deal with on both sides, affects the ability for them not to be able to, hey, I'm just going to slide the protection to one guy. You know, that's obviously going to give that other guy opportunity. So I think the complement is huge, and I think those two guys are going to play well off each other without question, and we need them to, no doubt about it. So, but I think they're both special players, and you expect big things from them.
Tom, about Dani specifically, what did you want to see from him this fall camp, and do you feel like you've seen that so far?
You know, I think the biggest thing is when you're a year older and, you know, you want to elevate your game, you know, and there's you know, when you have a really good season one year, it doesn't mean that you just got to do the exact same thing so I can just try to be the same. I want to be willing to be better, you know, and I think that's where we're trying to do, is just get to the point where you feel like that, hey, you're progressing as a player. You know, to me, every year you've got things you need to work on, and to me that's what he has had, and that's what we've been focused on. And to me, I think he's done a really good job for us as well. I think the bottom line is it's all about making plays on game day, and that position for us is huge. And but his size is really one of his strengths, without question. I mean, he's a tough matchup on all tight ends in the Big Ten, and that needs to be the case. You know, so I want him to be disruptive, and I want him to be just absolutely a guy that they have to feel like that they got to do something to handle, you know, schematically, take him out.
Coach, what has Tony Rojas shown you through training camp?
You know, just great consistency. You know, I think all his hard work this offseason is showing up. His size, his speed, the ability for him to make plays. You know, he flashes, he shows up. And I think that's a big part. I mean, backers got to be that way. They got to be productive, and they got to lead. I think he's still working on his growth in that area, you know. But I think it also takes time. You know, Kobe's really kind of taking over that role on Dom, and you know, I think that he's able to get in there with those guys and just focus on doing his job, you know, which is fine. And he's still young, you know. So, but you definitely see him flash, make, you know, whether it's pressures on the quarterback or, you know, plays in space. But to me, it's about his athleticism and his speed.